So I just want to let everybody know that we appreciate all our membership, and we look forward to the future meeting when we can talk about this as a history. We're going to bring back some of the legends, probably at the beginning of the year. But thank you for coming.
Too bad my mom had to go take care of my dad because she really liked that history thing. History is important. If we don't understand our history, we don't know where we've come from or where we are hopefully wanting to go. River Kids, Nick Mader, can you give a brief update? I know the big thing was last month, but what about this month?
Well, first, before I do anything, I do want to thank Tyler Treadway. I've never done this in person, but he does something called the 12 Days of Christmas in the Stewart News. I'm sure you all have seen it. And he highlights 12 nonprofit organizations that have something to do with usually the river. So I want to thank him for helping River Kids to raise money and bring awareness and all the other organizations. So could you stand up and just everybody give him a Sorry, put me on the spot. But anyway, I also wanted to say thank you for everybody that supported the River Kids up in DC. We had Kenny Hinkle take them up with following Brian Mast, with Christina Maldonado, Michelle Weiler. Jackie was up there, Amy Gallant was up there. There was a lot of people up there, and thank you very much for all the support. They did a great job, and unfortunately, it's not enough. Even the kids' faces are not enough, and that's what's really sad, because that's why we started this organization, because we figured, you know, kids are a way to everybody's heart, and it's their future, and it's not happening. So we need to think of something to really just make a punch to those politicians, and possibly, if anybody has any ideas, if anything the River Kids can do, please come see Jackie or I, because we would like to do anything we can do. It's just, we've done everything. Been to DC, been to Tallahassee, we've done workbooks, we've done protests, we've done restoration, we've done everything in these last 7 years, over 7 years that we've been in existence, and we need some help. So thank you.
I just have to say, there's one thing that the kids will start doing this year that they haven't done yet.
Yeah, well, Evie,
Vote.
Yeah, vote. Evie just turned 18 and registered to vote, and I will do that in another month and a half. So we're really lucky. Now they're going to have a voice.
And you can register at 16, right?
At 16?
Pre-register.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
Jackie?
Our next speaker.
Jackie,
Yeah.
River Kids printed out all those toxic algae sucks stickers, and the last of them are on that table there. They've all been given out. So if we all put them on our cars, I know it's a little crass, but at
My mom
least,
didn't like that sticker.
no, but if just
No, but
until
it
the
is a
algae.
great sticker, and Joe Negron put it on the back of his car. It's the toxic algae sucks
So
sticker.
those are the last of the stickers on that table out there.
And don't
So-
sell them on eBay.
Okay. Todd Weissing is next. Todd. Speakers Bureau.
Okay, hold on.
Todd Weissing, I'm the coordinator of the Rivers Coalition Speakers Bureau. Our job is to bring this message that's within these walls out beyond the walls to your organization, to where we can move this message, get more people involved. I asked to have, this is a slide presentation. I asked for a particular slide to go up there. Take a minute and read it. That's 15 years. That's 9 of the 15 years our health department has posted, don't go in the water. Gang, this is enough. It's enough. We cannot have this anymore. What we need to do is we need to activate more people than just the folks that are here. How do we do it? We educate your friends, the members of your organization, and all I ask is that you invite us to come to your meeting. Invite us to come to your meeting. We've got some great speakers. They're entertaining as heck. They're informative. But we need the opportunity to go to your organization anywhere. We'll go anywhere. We travel well. But we need more people that are involved in this fight. So if you have a meeting, anytime, anywhere, please see me after the meeting. We'll set it up and we'll come see you. All right? Let's stop this. Let's not have a 19, 20, 21. Okay?
This is the Rivers Coalition Defense Fund. Sometimes it's hard to know the difference. We are really all the same, related, just different on paper. So this is Charles Grande.
We really are one organization, and we are the same. What I wanted to bring to you from the Legal Defense Fund was a big shout out to the Treasure Coast Regional Planning Council. I know Edie mentioned earlier the symposium that they did on biosolids. It was the best presentation I've seen. And that's where they brought up Janicki and his wonderful Willy Wonka machine. Quickly, very quickly, Blair asked a question earlier about the amount of water not changing coming south from the Orlando area. Keep in mind, what did change there was the river, the Kissimmee River. What we did was we channelized it, we made a canal. The water that used to take weeks and months to come down, came down in days and hours. And what that difference really is it used to go through the oxbows and overflow, go through the grasslands, have the nutrients taken up on the way down to the lake. So the same amount of water used to carry far fewer nutrients by the time it got to the lake. When we straightened it out and had it race down, all of the nutrients that it started with got into the lake. That's what's changed, and that's why replacing those oxbows in the Kissimmee is so very, very important. What the outcome should be that the water comes down smoothly and slowly over the course of the whole year, as opposed to comes rushing down all at once every time there's a big storm up there. That's the biggest difference as to why the loading in the lake from the north is so much higher than it used to be. The other thing I wanted to mention to you was, because we have so many people here, I'm sure a lot of people have the question, what can I do? What you can do this year in this environment is vote. Please vote. The answer to all of our problems rests in the people sitting in the elected officials' seats. We work our buns off to try to influence them. But if we get the right people into those seats, how do you know who the right people are? I have two suggestions to you. If you can't, as most of us can't, do the amount of homework to find out who the right candidates are to vote for, speak to Paul Laura, who runs the
I don't know, he's a
environmental
Democrat.
caucus. But he's
That's
a
why
red
he's
blooded.
the leader.
But we are not partisan, we talk to
And we're not-
Republicans and Democrats.
And the other people to get, Bull Sugar does a candidate list of recommended candidates. They're using Save the Water as the criterion, who's gonna be the best for this problem. So they, between Paul and Bull Sugar, you can find out who's best for the water. But this year, vote for the water, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And next month, we're going to be having a candidate forum. So that'll be.
End of September. No meeting.
September?
Yeah, no meeting in August.
Diane, coming up, Martin County. Martin County, I mean, we missed Deb Drum, but Martin County is on fire to tell us what's going on. Both of you.
Hi, I'm Diane Hughes with Martin County Public Works, Environmental Ecosystem Restoration and Management Division. I'm here today with Brett Nolte, who's State Project Manager, and I'm gonna, the drone footage that you saw earlier is some of the stuff that we're doing to track the algae within Martin County. And we're gonna be doing that on a weekly basis until the algae is flushed out of the system. I think it's a good look for the county to be able to see what it looks from week to week and how it's changing. So, that footage is available to the public. Anyone wants to see it, I can, give you an FTP link to get that drone footage so you can view it. Currently, Lake Okeechobee is at 14.31 feet. A week ago, it was 14.41 feet, so.
Speak a little louder, Diane.
Okay, talk
There you go.
into the microphone.
Yeah.
The lake elevation is at 14.31 feet. 7 days ago, it was at 14.41 feet, so it hasn't come down that much. 30 days ago, it was at 14.10 feet, so only 0.3 of a foot that it's come down in 30 days. Currently, inflows into the lake are 3,685 CFS, and total outflows are 6,600, I'm missing a letter, the number there. So it's around 6,600 CFS. Although there's nothing coming out of the S80 structure right now, we've been at 0 discharges for the past 3 days on this pulse release that they had us on. They are stacking up water in the canal, in the C44 canal, so they have like 3,100 CFS going into the C44 canal at this point in time. Our salinity levels, United States Coast Guard Geological Survey, their data sonde that they have for bottom salinities hasn't been available for about 2 weeks. So we don't know what those are looking like right now, but the surface salinities are slightly improving with these 3 days of no discharges, but we're only at 5 parts per thousand. Our water temperatures have also been trending down from the rain that we've had. We were around 90 degrees Fahrenheit, we're now around 86 degrees Fahrenheit, so hopefully that's better and not allowing the algae to bloom as much. The Enterococcus levels that the Department of Health takes, the Roosevelt Bridge is at moderate levels, and Sandstreet Park, Stewart Sandbar, and Lake Park are listed as good right now, so we're okay there. Our project updates. The county has completed a lot of exotic vegetation removal at Calpatiope, over 525 acres. At our Kippoger site, we've done over 140 acres, and at Candaros Cove, 41 acres of exotic vegetation removal on those properties above the St. Lucie River. We've also completed exotic removal work at Peck Lake, about 68 acres, and Gomez, 61 acres, and those are along the Indian River Lagoon. With the blue-green algae, we are continuing to monitor social media sites as well as news and perform reconnaissance around the county at public access points to understand the extent and impact of algae in our watershed. That's something that Greg and I normally do every Monday. But he's left it to me for the past 3 weeks, guys, so. We're also discussing the possibility of how we might utilize the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's $3 million grant fund for harmful algal bloom management services. We are investigating 2 different technologies. One is an in-water air curtain technology, and then also a vacuum technology. However, for the first application, we have not located a deep enough dead-end canal to install it in. The 2 locations that we looked at were only 4 feet deep, and we need about 7 to 8 feet of depth. And the second application, there's currently no disposal facility for the materials. So even if I got a grant to vacuum up the algae mats, there's nowhere right now for them to dispose of the
That's just a
materials.
Band-Aid solution, I'm sorry, but
Let's continue. You guys want to get out of here on time.
And, but DEP is working on that disposal location. Then we also just have the health department, has the swim and shore Dodger reminders, so, and then I just have all the information about where you can report the algae blooms, and I'll give this to Robert, she'll have an electronic copy. Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you. We'll have a round of applause. While Dr. Gray is coming up, I want to say, Diana's spoken about what they're really doing, because they drive around the whole county and they check the water for algae, and then they announce it on the Army Corps of Engineer calls. That has never happened in the 7 years I have listened. And I just want to thank you all so much for doing that.
All great, before I get going, I want
wanted to mention, Dan even introduced himself, he's doing a book about phosphorus. It's not just about our phosphorus problem, but Lake Erie had a microcystis bloom a couple years ago, and they had trouble with drinking water. And so he's down here just for a week to talk to people and try to get perspective. So if any of you guys have a story you want to tell him, give him your card or something after the meeting. Dan, do you want to say anything else about that?
No, thanks, but yeah, I would appreciate cards, and I'll be following up with phone calls. It's really impressive to see all you guys.
You get your money's worth. So the lake is 14.3 feet today. That's not really bad for the lake. But the big concern is when Irma hit last year, it went up 3.5 feet in 1 month. And if we added 3.5 feet onto this, it would be 17.8. That would be very dangerous for the dike and very bad for the lake, and it would trigger massive releases. And so yesterday the task force met in Washington, and I wasn't there, but I was getting texts from our lobbyist who was up there, Julie Hill Gabriel, and Representative Mash showed up and was saying, you know, why are you guys keeping the lake so deep for water supply? Because when you do that, we're just that much closer to harmful releases. And if you look at future management plans for the lake, making it deeper just makes it worse for the estuary because we're closer to danger levels. And a future lake level, on average, if it's lower, it gives us more freeboard to work with, protects the estuary better. So this is something that's going to be, we're going to work on going forward, but there's a lot of people that just keep saying, let's fix the dike and make the lake deeper. That won't help the estuary, that won't help the lake. So just bear that in mind.
And our next speaker is our beloved Indian River Lagoon keeper. No.
To your
Marty
question.
Baum. Let's have a round of applause.
In 2014 and in 2016, the state of Florida reduced our nutrient protections. The EPA was getting all over Florida. Your water's polluted. So instead of cleaning the water, we changed the definition of what it is. In the last 8 years, FDEP has lost 1,000 people. The governor has refused to do any enforcement whatsoever. So there's your answer on top of, you know, we don't have bigger volume, but we have more pollution because it's legal now.
Amen.
And because nobody is enforcing the damn law.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Brought up 2 icons. There's 3. You forgot Lace Platoonic. Okay? She brought us Savannah State Park, Fort Pierce Inlet State Park. Let's not leave her out of the conversation. Nobody loved Carl more than me, except for maybe his son. You know, and Nathaniel Reed was my hero too. So we've lost 3 really big ones in a really short amount of time. It hurts the heart. I participated in the rally. Captains for Clean Water on the West Coast put it together. We met here on this coast down at off of Southern Boulevard. We went to Clewiston. They went to Clewiston. We probably had, I don't know, 20 or something cars. Captain Michael Connor put this together on this side. Captains for Clean Water on the other. We got to Clewiston, and essentially the whole thing was hijacked. You know, the mayor of Clewiston was really nice, and she got up there and talked. But, you know, to her, the lake was pristine. All the problems come from the north. Not once did she mention anything sending the water south. And then she offered to take us out on the lake. And I got to tell you, I'm standing there, and I turn into the wind, and I say to myself, I am now breathing a 30-mile fetch on a lake covered in 90% coverage of a cyanobacteria. No living human being has ever seen that lake with that much there. And it's getting worse. The new normal is upon us. Until we change our nutrient protections and actually enforce the laws, this is going to get worse. With a number of people, Paul Laura set this up through the Martin County Democratic Environmental Caucus, but people like Donna Melzer at the Martin County Conservation Alliance, me, I'm a Republican, Dr. Edith Witter, we all met with Phil Levine a week ago or so, and we discussed our water problems and what's going on. And I want you to know that Dr. Witter scared the bejesus out of everybody there with the nasty little molecule. It's important that these people understand, because they can make, governor can make all the difference in the world. He can order this to be investigated.
Or
Nobody's
she.
studying it.
Or she.
Friday, tomorrow, we're going to meet with Mr. King, gubernatorial candidate. Go through the same thing. Went to a political symposium to learn about the estuary and whatnot at the Blake Library. I would really have liked to have seen more bipartisan attendance there. I really was. But it worked out really well. I spoke, Maggie spoke, Paul spoke, and then the candidates addressed it. We took questions. I thought it was a real good thing to do. We should do more of it. I'm really pleased that we're going to have a candidate forum here. The clean water propaganda thing. You know, it really makes me mad when these people attack Mark Perry. Mark Perry is one of the nicest damn guys on the planet. With no basis whatsoever, and now we've got Mr. Tucker out there
You
pushing the
guys,
SR.
come on.
Okay, hold on, I'm almost done. Tuesday, all Florida water keepers actually were meeting on Monday in Tallahassee. Lisa Bynum has got us a little cabin on the creek. The following day, all Florida water keepers are going to meet with Secretary, FDEP Secretary Valenstein. We're going to talk about HABs, this harmful algal blooms. Water issues all through Florida. We look at this as a good thing. Regime is going to change in Tallahassee one way or the other. New people that this guy called us and wanted to sit down is a big deal. Florida has a bunch of really good water keepers going on right now. Let's see, Dakar, Senegal. The oldest friend that I own, that I've known since first grade, she is a Marine, was a Marine, and she was at that embassy for years and years and years. She just retired because she doesn't, well, she's old. So. Anyway, I'm going to talk to her about this program that they did at Dakar. Randy, thank you for your concern. We need help. So I'd like to speak again. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. I want everybody to know that, honest to God, if you ask my mother, she will say Marty and I are brother and sister.
Yes.
Because my mother is so close to Marty for all of the history stuff. The only reason I made that comment, and it should apply to everything, we cannot be personal. We cannot bring up names. We must be embracing of both parties and independents, no party offended. We will be, yes we will, in here. There is no discrimination. We are a 501c3, and we are open to all ideas and all people. Of course, we do not laud false ads like that ridiculous mailer, but we have to be careful about mentioning people's names, because Brandon Tucker has been here as a speaker, and we want to work with Brandon, even if he doesn't agree with everything that we think we do. All right, we have about 5 minutes, 10 minutes for people to share out here. Is there anybody who would like to share as a member? I'm sorry, as a member first. Paul.
Thank you, Jackie. I'd like to come back to that advertisement by the Floridians of clean water. And, a lot of times we talk at each other, but we never get down to the data to support the subject. I would like to propose that we invite whoever is indicating deep well injection to come here and give us the data to support why it's a good idea.
We had that.
No, we didn't see the data, not for what they're talking about now.
Thank you, Paul. And Paul does a great job, an awesome job. We are so fortunate to have him in our community. Jackie, it wouldn't be a meeting without you speaking.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna say what I really wanna say because I'm not allowed. But I have a friend here, Will, are you here? Will? Okay, I would like him to have my time to speak to you. He's been on television recently. He's a good friend and a commercial fisherman, and he has some ideas, and I'd like him to tell you about them. Okay, Bill. Give it to him.
Would you like to speak?
I don't know. I really don't have any ideas. I've been so
Oh, tell
directly
me what you
affected by
said.
this
Tell you
issue.
what-
Tell your story. Tell your story.
All right.
Tell us who you are, bud.
Let's
My biggest thing right now is.
Put your mic on.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just hold it up, right?
Relax.
My big, here.
Kenny, sit
My
down.
biggest thing right now is this area needs federal aid. I mean, all these ideas are great, and I understand that if something needs to be done, but something that's gonna happen 10, 15, 20 years down the road is not helping anybody that's being affected right now. And I've been all the way to the White House trying to, we need federal assistance here. I've been financially devastated by this since November. It's not just a issue that happens in the summertime for people like me. I make a living from the water. It's just, I'm affected. I was sick from it in January. I had bacterial infections, over $30,000 in medical bills. I'm just fed up with it. And for what I do, there's no representation for me as an individual or as someone that makes a living from the water. Commercial fishermen are kind of shunned, which I think, whatever happened 20 years, I don't know. I don't have any ideas.
Would you stay
I just know
after?
I need help, and there's a lot of
Would you
people
stay
like me
after,
that do need
please?
help.
Would you stay after, and
Yeah.
I'll try to help you.
We're
Yeah.
trying, brother. We're
Okay.
trying.
I mean,
I will.
yeah, I'm just.
Okay, with that very personal note, we're gonna end on time at 12:30. Thank you for being here. No meeting next month at a candidate forum in Bali.